What's up YouTube? What's up YouTube? This is JP Panther back with video. In today's video is actually a breaking news DC news update video. Well, this is breaking news in general, but again, this came out yesterday and I was working at other stuff to talk about. You know what? I had other stuff to do and stuff like that, so that's why I couldn't get this right away. But this is only a day late, so it's not that bad. So again, this comes from Hollywood Reporter, and it's a bunch of articles. You guys probably know about this. It's popped up on Twitter, social media, everything like that, right? So the Hollywood Reporter, right? Wonder Woman 1984 is heading to HBO Max and also in theaters in December 25th, so pretty much on Christmas. The second wave of the COVID-19 impacting many parts of the globe. Wonder Woman 1984 is changing course, of course, again. The tentpole is all but giving up a traditional theatrical release and will instead bow in whatever cinemas reopen, on Christmas. And HBO Max is not available everywhere. The film starts out rolling out on December 16th in international markets. At some point, you have to consider any type of love and joy. This is what Patty Jenkins said in the statement. We love our movie as much as we love our fans. Really means we want our money. And so we can truly hope that our film brings a little joy and happiness to all of you this holiday season. And also, Patty Jenkins urged audience to watch the 200 tentpole is in theaters, so it was safe to do so on HBO Max, whether it is or not. And a note echoing Jakin and Gal Gadot added, it wasn't an easy decision. We never thought we had to hold on to the release for such a long time, but COVID rocked all of our worlds. Growing number of HBO customers is huge, important to Time Warner, even if it means giving up a potential box office ticket sales that Wonder Woman 1984 have earned and pushed to some time in 2021. The hope is that a high-profile Christmas Day title such as superhero sequel will lure new subscribers. And HBO Max is $15.99 a month, and it goes on and on, blah 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 blah. So this is going to be a really good, interesting video to talk about. Right? It's not going to just be a quick video. I think a lot of it is, let's just keep it 100, guys. A lot of people don't feel comfortable going to movie theaters. I know there's a lot of people who are a big YouTube movie theater type audience, whatever, but as my subscribers, even my new audience who are watching, let's just keep it 100, right? People are not going, man. Let's just keep it 100. Even my theaters, right, in AMC Hamilton, and if you live in New Jersey, it just closed. So I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but AMC closed in my area, you feel me? So it's only like one left, and there's one in like East Windsor. Again, we only have like two that's close to me now at this point. But the point I'm trying to say is that when it comes to movies, I think they're screwed, man. I feel bad, but I think they're screwed, man. I really don't want them to die, but I can see. I had this conversation with you guys a while back with multiple videos. I had this with my cousins, my family, my friends, co-workers. I talked about this type of thing happening. And I think part of it was that, when you keep delaying, and also a big problem is that when you keep delaying your movies like Wonder Woman, Wonder Woman, Black Widow, and all these big budget superhero films and stuff like that, it causes a lot of problems. You gotta understand that when you delay something, and when you delay it over and over and over, the interest level is going to go very low, and you guys already spend a bunch of money on it. That's the main thing as well. When you already spend a bunch of money on marketing, and they just thought, oh, we could just delay this until 2021. Listen, we know we have the vaccines and stuff like that, whatever. We already know what's happening with the government and stuff like that, but I'm not even getting to all the political stuff, right? The point I'm trying to say is that even with all that, normal is not going to be normal. We're going to still go into a new normal, even after all this. Also, the problem is, even if they give out the vaccine, how do you know? It's only like 40% of the people will take it. And how do you know if people feel comfortable even going back to big public gatherings like that again? That's another big thing. We just had the biggest roller coaster ever in real life. You feel me? Just in history in general. So you think they're going to be just turn it back off, turn it back on like it was before? You know what I mean? And also, people don't have money. That's a big issue as well. Well, also, because people say it depends, because PlayStation 5 and Xbox is selling very, very well. Anime manga is selling very, very well. Amazon, Walmart, Target, all these other essential stores and things like that are doing well. So it's very, very debatable about who has money, who doesn't have money. I mean, again, I'm not getting into all that as well. But I just think, Warner Brothers, and I mean, let's be honest, right? I think this was I know people say it's going to be a dumb move. I think from their point of view, eventually, to me, Black Widow, Wonder Woman, even if COVID goes away and stuff like that, you're going to lose money regardless because these movies have been delayed like crazy. I mean, look at Black Widow. You kill her off in Endgame, and then 2 years later, she's going to get her own movie. You feel me? Like, this is 2 years after Endgame. You feel me? And Endgame, a lot of people already forgot about the Endgame. And let's just keep it 100, right? A lot of the big Marvel, DC movie YouTubers that, you guys already know who they are getting kind of tired of talking about DC and Marvel news, whatever. And also, let's be honest, they lost a lot of the general public and the normies. A lot of them saying we're not going to wait for Disney and Warner Brothers to give us superhero stories. So a lot of them been watching My Hero Academia, been watching The Boys. They've been, reading the boy comics. They also been reading the manga of My Hero Academia. You had the anime, you had the TV show, you had the dub, you had the video game that came out, you had the OVA, you also have the Vigilantes, which is the prequel of My Hero Academia. So they've been doing a really, really good job, the OVA as well. So they've been doing a good job trying to keep that superhero worldwide mainstream audience pretty interesting. You feel me? And also it might change the perception of these big budget superhero films. You know what I mean? Like My Hero Academia, they talk about, like rebelling. The villains talk about rebelling against the government. The boys talk about more darker, realistic way of how superheroes were in our society with governments and politics and stuff like that. Like it's more realistic and more impactful if you guys, and darker and more impactful and stuff like that. Also, the problem is as well is that do you think Wonder Woman and Black Widow will make a bunch of money? Because in my personal opinion, I feel like they're going to lose money regardless because, it's just what it is, you feel me? And I think the big thing about that is that when it comes to My Hero Academia and The Boys, they might have changed the general public's perception of Marvel and DC. You know what I mean? And also the big thing as well with these big budget superhero films, just big budget movies in general, if they're just going to go to streaming, they're not going to, no shareholder, investor, shareholder, or bank loan, or whatever it is not going to give the studio a $200-300 million movie budget and just give them all this money just for streaming. That's just what it is. They're just not going to do all that. And it makes no financial sense because I think what Warner Brothers trying to do is like, okay, we don't have a lot of people for HBO Max. We're going to try to go into the future, really try to go to direct consumer. Hopefully Wonder Woman can give that. But the problem with Wonder Woman is that what happens if, because they said HBO Max isn't around every single place in the world. What happens if it's like another country and people just pirate it and just don't even watch it, you feel me? Or people sign up maybe for like a month, but then they cancel whatever the free trial, whatever it is, as soon as they're done with it, you feel me? And that's the main thing. And the main issue with HBO Max, even Disney, I know Disney had a lot of subscribers, but there's a lot of iffy with that. The problem is that do you have any new content? That's just the main thing as well. You know what I mean? And going forward, I think that's just what they're trying to compete with Netflix, but Netflix was in the head of the game like 10 years. But to me, I feel like Disney and Warner Bros. Like 5, 6, 7, 8 years, but I'll say 6, 7 years behind of Netflix. And also Netflix is still being smart because they doing the live action Cowboy Bebop TV series. They announced like 8 different anime, you know what I mean? Because they know that anime is doing very, very well. Let's try to, switch with quarantine and stuff like that. So they're really seeing more into the future. And the companies right now are just trying to play catch up. That's just what it seems like. And right now with the pandemic and the global race war and recession, you just have to speed it up a lot, accelerate it a lot faster. That's just what it is. And I don't think, listen, I'm not going to say movie theaters are going to be dead, but I do think they're going to be hurt very, very significantly because there's no way that the theaters are going to be able to survive all this. And also, you guys don't know, a lot of places are shutting down. Like Oregon went into lockdown. Philadelphia's in lockdown, New Mexico's in lockdown, and Jersey, they're talking about it. New York just closed down, New York City just closed down schools. Jersey, our governor might shut down the state again, you feel me? So that's another big thing as well. So they have to also look at it realistically, and I think they are looking at it more realistically than it was before because the governors are not going to allow 100% capacity unless you live in Texas and Florida and they don't give a crap. So that's another story. But a lot of the governors are not going to allow 100% capacity. That's just what it is. And also, you reduce the capacity, so you limit the amount of people that can come into theaters, and you have a lot of people who just don't feel comfortable going to the movie theater. So it's just something that they have to look at realistically, and it's something that they can't look at from a business point of view. They have to look at it from a health point of view. And again, you're going to have to take the hit. I think even Universal right now, or MGM, they have the James Bond No Time to Die. I think that movie's going to have to take it. I think they're going to have to say, listen, Amazon, whatever, offer you like $300 million. I know you guys want $600 million, but you're gonna have to take that L. That's just what it is. Because if movie theaters do come back, it's not even gonna make enough to make a profit. And again, that's just what it is. And I think, people say, oh well, the blockbuster's gonna die. And I mean, really. I think they'll focus more on like mid-budget films. Make sure you focus more on the story and script rather just focus on the over-the-top special effects. So there's a lot of stuff you guys have to do. And also, I think, a big thing with Wonder Woman and, just Marvel and DC in general is that rather be like Shueisha Shonen Jump, where the whole entire COVID thing happened. When the anime, they took a little pause with some of the anime stuff like that. They're like, okay, if you are interested, the manga, the anime, we have to wait a little while. If you guys are interested, make sure you read the manga, blah, blah, blah. Like, they should have done that with the Marvel movies or the DC movies. Like, hey, if you understand what happens after Joker, you understand what happens after Endgame with Iron Man and Cap and Black Panther and Captain Marvel and all of them, go buy these comics. Go buy this graphic novel. You know what I mean? They should have done more promotion with that. So if you do have a pandemic like this, you could still make money off the normies who watch the movies or who are interested in movies and want to see what happens after. They'll go buy the comics or buy the graphic novels and promote it, rather than you have a pandemic and now you don't know what you're going to do with your big blockbuster movies. You feel me? So that's why Shueisha and Konanadasha are doing very, very well during the pandemic, while Warner Bros. And Disney were being assholes for dumbasses for the past 8-9 years. You feel me? With these big budget superhero films. So that's something they're going to have to deal with. And again, it is what it is. I feel bad for the workers. It just, to me, like, even if you listen to how Disney was talking last time, they're like, Disney's just like, we're going straight to direct consumer. We don't even care about the movie theaters. It looks like they're just trying to kill off the dinosaurs and just go straight to Disney Plus. Warner Brothers is trying to do it, but let's just be honest. Wonder Woman is going to be the really test of it, because people say New Mutants was the test, Tenet was the test. I don't think so. You know what I mean? Like, Tenet was, New Mutants was very iffy. Tenet was very confusing. You know what I mean? Like, Christopher Nolan, from a big budget point of view, yes, but doesn't have the same attention or the same interest as a Wonder Woman. I don't care what anyone says. Tenet and Wonder Woman, even though they're big budget films, they don't have the same level of interest. You know what I mean? That's just a huge difference. And also another big thing as well with with HBO Max, I'm happy that they're not doing the Disney thing where they're going to charge like $30. It's going to be with your subscription. If you pay for it with your subscription, you'll get it. Instead of doing the whole, well, listen, you have Disney Plus, but then you have to pay for another $30, and then when December hits, or 3 months later, it's automatically free with your subscription. So, again, I'm happy that Warner Bros. Ain't pulling that off. And again, we'll see if the subscription numbers go up. Also, I think it's smart because, well, people say it's debatable, but it's a smart time to do it right now because it's going to be Christmas. People are not going to be able to do anything. You're not going to be able to do anything as much unless you live in a red state. I don't care. But a lot of places, you're not going to be able to be with a bunch of family and stuff like that. You're not going to be able to go to movie theaters like that. I mean, some people will, and even if it does, we don't know if Christmas, all the movie theaters will be closed again, especially with Christmas and the flu and the cold and coronavirus and stuff like that. So again, we'll see what happens. I know this is a very, very long video, but I feel like this is a very necessary video for me to talk about. I told you this wasn't going to be like a quick 5 or few minute update video. This is going to be a very, very long discussion type video. So again, that's pretty much it, guys. Tell me what you guys think about this. Are you guys excited for Wonder Woman coming on HBO Max? Do you guys want it to be in theaters? Let me know in the comment section below. Either email me, message me. Also, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll try to answer some of your questions. Tell me what you guys think about this. Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you rate and like the video and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Peace and have a great day and take care.